Good morning, and thank you for welcoming me again. I am Kathleen Belfont. The company is Blotto Gelato. It's an LLC. And basically, to bring you back, it was a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup moment for me and my husband. Put the kids to bed. I had ice cream. My husband had the wine, and he was just like, he's always Mr. Ideas. And it was, what can we do? How can I get myself out of a cube? How can we do something together and have fun with it? And lo and behold, it was the ice cream and the alcohol that we thought about. Bought ourselves an ice cream machine, actually, and started to have some fun. Engaged with friends and family and wanted to find out what things that they would like, and started getting even more ideas, and a menu started to be created. And lo and behold, the Blotto Gelato, our intoxicated ice creams, came about. One thing that, since I had actually presented the last time, was that, well, it's alcohol, and there's some issues with that. Like when I went to get my liquor license, and I realized, well, I'm not a retailer, I'm not manufacturing it, and I'm not a distributor, so I don't fit in anywhere. And I was chasing my tail, and well, a very fortunate lawyer for myself came along into my life, and I was able to speak with him, and then lo and behold, again, down here, sometimes it really is who you know or just the connections that you do make. I knew a senator. And so we went ahead and full steam ahead, and we went ahead with Bill 167, Senate Bill 167, to get a law passed so that we could actually sell our product. Now, what that also entailed, though, was me deciding that I have to tweak my recipes. So the alcohol content was considered to be lower than what I was originally doing. But what we also did was instead of reinventing the wheel, we went ahead and modeled after a law that had already been created in the state of New York for a dairy company that wanted to do the same thing with wines. And so we went ahead and spoke with the alcohol commissioner, and he spoke on our behalf even, and he helped our lawyer draw up the bill and present it. And it got out of committee, it got onto the Senate floor, I got to present. That was more than an interesting, there's definitely been not just hurdles, because I'm not going to consider them obstacles, because I kept on saying, okay, we're going to keep going with this. But it was definitely challenges and things that went right out of the comfort zone for me. And even ended up speaking on the floor, which I was told wasn't going to happen. So that was another new experience for me. It passed in Senate, it went to the House, it passed in the House, and the governor then, his office contacted us to ask where we would like it signed. So we actually had it signed in Milton at the Po' Boys restaurant, because Mike Clampett, he's a friend, he was actually a taster for us, one of our friends that tasted a few of our products in the past, and I felt that's my turnaround, that's my give back too, because he had just opened up Po' Boys only months prior to the signing of the bill. So that just kind of helped and worked for both of us. Then other hurdles kind of came about. There were a lot of them. I'm still trying to catch my breath, and as you can see, this is a little bit of a hurdle for me. A little nervous about the presenting parts. But one of the other hurdles for me was that now I had to get a machine that the Board of Health approved. I had a commercial quality machine, but there is a difference between commercial quality and commercial grade. So that was a whole new endeavor of just searching out for equipment and the whole leasing program and insurance as well for somebody who, my background was special education before and broadcast production. So very different scope. When we finally got our machine, we got all our inspections taken care of, we're in a commercial kitchen churning, then it was, okay, so now who do we sell to? And how do we go about it? And right off the bat, I was like, well, around here, especially at the beaches, the restaurants, get into those restaurants, get that niche marketing going. It actually turns out that that's a little tough too sometimes, because, well, they also have an entire menu all of their own. our item is hopefully a specialty item, and hopefully it's getting pushed, but you have so many tables being seated in an hour and so many servers working. That may not be the item that comes to mind when they're speaking to their customers and the people who are there for a meal with kids and running around and such. So that was something that we also have to look at and say, okay, we need to really try and see where we can fit in more, because that's something that we've been trying to do all along. So what we ended up doing also was joining in on farmers market situations and trying to capture some of that market. Also, the farmers markets around here, it helps becoming a word of mouth situation too. And then we realized, okay, that may not just be it that we need, and more events, weddings, birthday parties, because that's actually how it kind of took off was, yes, those friends that did those tastings, they ended up, well, I'm having a party for the holidays, and it's Halloween, so that drunken pumpkin you were talking about with that spiced rum sounds great. And so those types of events and such have worked for us as well now. What we also realized too was, well, those kids that we talk about, because this is mommy's little helper sometimes, and the adult ice cream, but those kids actually still wanted something too. So, and mine in particular, they were always my tasters for my bases. So they're like, well, when are you going to make us some? So that's how Gelato Junior was born. So when you see us at Farmer Market, all of our pink cups are the Blotto Gelato, and all of our blue cups are Gelato Junior for our little dippers that we have. And that's my daughter Sophia right there. She's lucky enough to be here. And my other one's in a camp right now here, so that's why. So we've tried to do things like, expand different flavors, expand for the time of year it is, twisted vanilla, twisted chocolate for the holidays and such, more sorbets in the summer, and just getting our name out there using things like the Chocolate Festival. We participated with the Bacon Fest this year with our Shimmy Shakin' Maple Bacon, and also even participating with Starry Starry Night here at Del Tech. And also variety, not just the variety of flavors that we have. And yes, not all the flavors are offered at all times, but also the variety of the sizes that we offer. We offer a 4-ounce. Now we are doing a pint because now we're in Lingo Markets in Rehoboth, so they have our temper-proofed packaging. And then we also sell the quarts to some of the restaurants that we do, or for parties, and even the 5-liter sleeves that we've done for gelato scooping. And basically, using Facebook, Twitter, having those menus out ready, table cards as well if we're at restaurants. But now we want to try to get more into retail. And somehow stars aligned yet again, and another opportunity has come to us. And so we're saying we're going to take that step, and how can we say no at this point? This is what we want. So we will have a presence on Rehoboth Avenue within a month. It will be our products will be available at 125 Rehoboth Ave in affiliation with another business that is there. And of course, lots of an ice cream truck, push cart situations too come to mind, but the pockets are only so deep. So that's another thing to try to keep going and move ahead. So I just wanted to say thank you. Gelato Junior wishes you all spoonfuls of summer enjoyment, and Blotto Gelato urges you all to lick responsibly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
I was actually on the dessert committee with Miss Brenda when I saw your
Okay.
products there. I have a business and I make candy shot glasses.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of like in the same area that you are. And because my first initial thought was like, yeah, I'll get into the bars and restaurants, and I was like, I'll talk to Secrets. I mean, I haven't talked to Secrets yet because I'm kind of holding mine off a little bit.
Right.
But I think for a product like yours, like you said, in restaurants, it's going to be kind of hard to sell it. But convenience stores that also have liquor licenses may be something for you because they also have the freezer already.
Right.
So I know a few people that have like convenience stores. Maybe I can put you in contact with them.
That'd be great.
And also liquor stores. They don't always have freezers, but you can
Right,
see
we could
which ones.
provide, that's what we were actually talking about too, was providing, like, as a rental situation, the freezer that only our product would then be in, like a small,
Yeah,
a
I
small
think
one.
I really think that would be more of a market for you, because especially like I like different things. Like a lot of times I'm looking on like what do they have different instead of like the typical things that are in the aisle. So I'm looking on the side for different things, and yours is very different.
Right.
Also,
Thank
I
you.
have a question about the law because I'm a baker.
Yep.
And I was thinking about like alcohol infused cupcakes, like for a bar that I may have in the future. So, could you talk to me a little bit more in detail about what the law entailed?
Well, Bill 167 actually does. It covers, we made sure that it didn't just cover, you know, my little situation. It would cover all confections and baked goods and candies, and that was kind of a neat thing too, was because I went to the chocolate festival and there was actually a chocolatier who won with a bonbon. She's like, I've never been able to present this before. I've never been able to do it before, and now I just won, and it was because you helped me. And I was like, ooh. I mean, you know, it's not this monumental big thing, but I was just like, that was kind of neat. I just saw the impact on someone else. So yes, it's a 2% by volume. So like, I don't cook off the alcohol that I put into my ice creams. It is something at the very end that's added in. So, you know, if you're doing a brown sugar base, and like the shimmy shaken maple bacon, the maple that you're tasting is actually from the maple whiskey that's in it, and that's it. So, but yeah, you can definitely do that, and it's a 2% by volume, and it's a pretty easy one to follow too.
Good to see you again.
You too.
Thank you for being such an awesome provider, helping to make our gala successful, and your dessert went over well.
Thank you.
Lots of changes going on with public health and home-based businesses and the law, as you mentioned. Where are we going forward in terms of coming out of the house? I've been to your home, met Sophia and the girls at we did the East Coast Garden Center
Right.
flea market for 6 months.
Yep.
So you were there. I saw some action, if you will, at your table. Where are we going forward with coming out of the home base into an actual storefront, manufacturing, commercial kitchen?
Well, that was the thing. Immediately, I was, you know, also notified, cannot be out of the kitchen, out of the home kitchen. So for me, for mine, I know some baked goods that still is considered cottage industry, and as long as you're not doing jellies and jams and such, I believe, and some other refrigerated items, you're good to go. But for myself, it was find that commercial kitchen and find it immediately. And that was also something that was, okay, now how do I do this and what do I do? And again, I've been very fortunate and use a commercial kitchen when they are closed, so I had to still go through, you know, Board of Health, get that approved for myself. So even though they get their inspection, I have to still get a separate inspection for use of that kitchen. So my home base, basically all the paperwork and all my labels and stuff like that, those are manufacturer made and, you know, done in my home. But otherwise, all product manufacturing is done at a commercial kitchen situation.
Thanks. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
It's been, what, at least 2 years, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And somewhere along the line, you've been very supportive of Del Tech, as obviously Brenda pointed out, as far as the gala. But you also were supportive of our shops programs that we ran
Yes.
in conjunction with our
The fashion show.
yeah, a fashion show, and I think it was probably a year in the business, and you said, well, maybe I'll be ready to come back and talk about my success story in a year, so we're right on schedule, right? I guess my concerns are, I guess along Brenda's line, is how fast, I guess this storefront, the 125 Rehoboth Avenue,
Yes.
is that going to be that's going to be
It's gonna
a
be-
tag team with somebody else?
Yeah, someone else owns it and is running the shop. I'm going to have an area my own like little boutique spot for selling, for retail only.
And what's the complementary business?
Actually, it's Delmarva Repair.
Delmarva?
Yes.
Oh,
They're-
Delmarva Repair?
Delmarva Repair. They actually do the,
VOIP?
yes, Delmarva Void.
Oh,
yes.
God, you're in a good group there. All right. I
Well,
guess
hopefully capturing like the tourists, because of the fact, a lot of people who are also coming to Rehoboth, they're staying in the hotels and the B&Bs and such, and they're on the beach. They may drop that laptop. They may break the cell phone glass. So they're going in. They're getting things repaired. They forgot the plug-in, so they've got to get
Absolutely.
their charger, and maybe that foot traffic for them would be foot traffic for me, and then vice versa.
that'll be a very interesting project with that. I was thinking more along the lines of a wine shop, and I was going to say that Peggy Raley just opened up the farmers market on Sundays,
Yes, over
At
at
Nassau.
Valley. Yeah.
and
That
the
might be a
wine,
market too.
and she was moving her sangria, I think, 2 weekends ago. But maybe if you talk with her, and she definitely loves the business world, you might be able to strike some type of combination with her and that farmer's market on a Sunday. I don't know, but that's just a little
It's
feedback
something,
for you.
yeah.
And last but not least, you've been at it long enough. I would think that this venture you're still dabbling in it, if I understand. You're just still trying to figure out how you're going to market it.
Yeah, the business plan definitely has changed just a few times, just as seeing what's been working or not working and moving on.
My last question is, if you go to a retailer and you say, I'd like you to we would like to use your business to model what we could do together, just like the business in Rehoboth. The baseline question, how many square feet of floor space do you need to actually consume to actually attempt to move your product?
Honestly, not so much. Right now, I'm looking at just, and that's, again, I'm looking at equipment yet again, because I haven't had to get my own freezer system and such. So I'm looking to get a standalone glass-stored, freezer for easy grab and go, and countertop. And that's about all that I would need in just a retail situation.
If I were the retailer that's the type of question and setup that I'd want to see if you were going to come and try to work with me and my business. One last question, I'll get off of this. Lavender Fields, how did that turn out?
That was great.
Thank
We
you.
had a really great day. It was we had...
That would be the right venue.
Yeah, well, we have spoken. I mean, Maria's awesome, and they're just great and very friendly and warm and welcoming. That was who I actually went to when I ended up. I have 2 lavender flavors, adult and kid version. I went to them last summer because I was like, well, if anybody knows lavender, it's you, and I'm using your culinary lavender, so I'd love to see if you actually would give me the thumbs up or not on flavor and how you like it. And they did. They loved it. And we were there on Saturday for their Lavender Festival, and it was awesome.
Unfortunately, we got to start to
Yes.
wind things up
Not a problem.
again. Time just wants to tick, even though we want to stop
But of
it.
course.
Your progress for this first beginning phases of your business, a lot of times you're putting in time and money and energy. Do you finally feel that you are starting to become economically moving forward? Are you
I'm
pleased
seeing
with
some
that
of the light.
financially?
I'm seeing some of the light, yeah.
Good.
Yes.
Excellent. As we like to conclude is, what can we as a community do to support you?
It sounds very redundant, but again, word of mouth, speaking contacts, those types of things, generating that buzz. Again, we do parties, we do events.
And weddings?
So,
Very good. Excellent. We'll do our very best to support you. Thank you very
Thank you
much
very
for
much.
coming.
I appreciate
and we
it.
wish you much luck and success.
Thank you.